What's going on, guys? I wanted to throw you, we got Donnie catching fish right behind me, but I want to throw you a little recap. Me and Donnie fished the RMMC challenge, I think it was like last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and we managed second place, dude. Freaking been a long time, been a little stagnant on our end, but hey, we managed over 26 pounds on a second place finish in what I consider one of the most competitive tournament series on Lake Okeechobee or in South Florida. It brings out all the heavy hitters, all the big sticks down here. These guys know how to fish. And we kind of got a little bit lucky, but at the same time, we kind of executed on what we like to do, and that's flipping and pitching. So I'm going to give you my quick breakdown, and then we're going to turn to Donnie, and he's going to talk a little bit about what he did. But my key stuff, I was basically the co-angler, and I decided to pick up that flipping stick, which I'm super confident and super comfortable with, and just pitch. There's a few other baits I picked up. I dragged a Carolina rig in a few situations. I think I caught maybe one fish on like a sweevo worm, but my mainstay, I caught an 8-pound, 8.32, and another 3-pounder and some other little guys. Donnie caught the other, 3 or 4 that really closed the deal. But for me, pitching in the morning during that shad spawn was key, and the key bait was, here's the trick, it was rolling. You can see the video. Nice, Donnie's catching fish. You can see the video on my channel, Mikeybalzz Fishing. There'll be a total real-time tournament video. You'll be able to see that in the morning it was rolling like 3-4 foot. Dude, it was freaking blowing. Summertime, and I was a little jaded, frankly, about where we stopped because I didn't think we could be efficient. Donnie called the spot, 100% good call. But this bait right here, summertime, and freaking when you have even like that late spring, that brim spawn deal, a Gambler MegaDaddy. I pitched it on a 3/4 ounce Hogtech tungsten weight, 65-pound braid. I basically targeted isolated reed clumps, little stalks in that, and just tried to pitch as much as I could from the back of the boat, and as deep too. Donnie would kind of hit the edges, he'd hit the corners, I'd go in deep, and that's where that 8-pounder came from. She came pretty deep off a corner of a stalk, but just pitching that. And then one trick was lifting it and maybe not swimming it back, but giving it a few pops and bringing it back and kind of, I guess you call it swimming it out of the reeds, because those fish were targeting, a lot of them were targeting like shad and that were spawning, but really the bigger ones I think were eating brim in some of that grass, and that's what they were kind of down in the water column. You could catch them on top and catch them higher in the water column, but those bigger ones seemed to be a little deeper, and that MegaDaddy on a 3/4 ounce was the deal. Now I did switch at points and go down to a 1/2 ounce, and this guy right here, it's one of the unspoken heroes of the Gambler line, a 4.5-inch flipping tube. I love this thing. If you're throwing a stick bait and you want to mix it up, like if you're throwing a fat ace and you want to throw something a little different but still have that super subtle delivery and super subtle presentation, this guy is the deal. Even down in Florida, man, some people say it's a smallie bait and all that. No, pitch this around brim beds and you will catch fish. And it's super easy to deliver. You can put it in there and be super freaking quiet with it. But basically, I alternated between that 3/4 and that 1/2 ounce tungsten punching or flipping setup, targeting reeds, targeting Kissimmee grass, and basically those isolated clumps were really the key. Donnie's taking calls, everybody's asking him where we caught the fish, all this stuff. But that's what I did. 65-pound braid, flipping setup. I'm gonna turn to Donnie here, and he's gonna talk a little bit about what he did. All right, Donnie, how did you, I guess we didn't close the deal, but we almost closed the deal. What got those 3 big bites, or some of those big bites?
Well, the week before I found the fish, I was doing the same thing, pitching a MegaDaddy around a little bit. The week before, I caught a big one in the area. The reason why I found them actually is a swim jig. It's actually a 1/2 ounce Gambler swim jig. I like the 1/2 ounce because I like for it to get down in the grass and like hit it, get hung up, rip it out, tangle it up. But just a easy swimmer. That's kind of how I found the bulk of the fish. And other than that, once the morning bite kind of died down, I started pitching that MegaDaddy, a couple different variety of baits. But in the tournament, actually, I pitched just a custom. I had a custom bait. I messed around with a couple different baits, but I caught one on a chatterbait. And the reason why I went with a chatterbait that day is because, as Mikey said, it blew a ton. It blew quite a bit, so I decided to go with a 1/2 ounce chatterbait, maybe a 3/8 chatterbait with a easy swimmer, a little white easy swimmer, and that's what I wound up catching one of the 5.5 pounders on. And the other couple were just pitching, man. We just went through there pitching. Like I said, Mikey, that's what we love to do. And couple good timing deals, they turned on, and we stroked them. So I wish we had a little more time though. They were biting. It was pretty epic last 30 minutes of the day. I haven't experienced that in quite a while in the lake actually, and it was kind of bittersweet to leave the spot at that time, but we had to roll and get way in, so a good second place, and hopefully we can carry it over to the next tournament.
I'm going to throw in a little teaser there because I want you to go watch the video on Mikeybalzz Fishing, because what ended up happening, we got 2 big bites, 2 solid bites in the morning. Donnie caught one and I caught that 8. And what ended up happening is we grinded, dude. Like, totally grinded. Like, got a few bites here, a few bites there. Nothing that would help us. I think we might have called like 1 fish or 2 fish. But like a 2-pounder for a 3-pounder, or a 1.5 for a 2-pounder. Nothing like significant. And then at the end of the day, and I keep kind of tapping Donnie on the back for this, I said, dude, let's go left. And he's like, bro, I don't know why, but I feel like we should go right. And we went right. And what ended up happening is we ran into some of the most active reed fish I've seen in years, probably, dude.
They were big.
They were big. Donnie lost, I think he lost 2 that were studs, and then we ended up catching 2, calling a couple out. But it was a story of having the right equipment, knowing what the bigger fish were doing, and you made the right call. I mean, there's a little bit of luck involved there. You put yourself in the right situation, but dude, and you got to watch it on the video. It's pretty freaking epic. It's the craziest 30 minutes I've had out on this lake for ages. And I think I called 1 fish and he called like 3, and it was just...
Well, I caught that one at the end, like it's a 6-pounder. Got him in there, we're fist bumping, I pitch out, and my rod's taking off, and I swing and miss on one. It was wild. It was crazy.
We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. We needed 5 more. But dude, just a great close. Check out all those baits. They're on gambler-lures.com. But awesome day, awesome second play fish. Felt great, dude, because we have struggled a little bit out here, and felt good to be in the mix. Check out the full video, guys. Tight lines.